Welcome, everyone, to Spirit Guide Communication through the Art of Divination. My name is Bertina, and I'm your host. Each week, we talk about different metaphysical topics, or we do meditations or self-care podcasts. So what I thought about this time is doing a spiritual toolbox podcast. I'm going to be teaching the 2-hour workshop this coming Sunday, September the 11th at Cosmic Connections. And what we are going to be doing there is talking about the metaphorical spiritual toolbox. And the reason why it kind of came to mind as a class to teach is that I've been giving you all these tools, meditations, and how to do tarot cards and Reiki and everything else. But then how do you put it together? So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Then I'm going to make this available as well as the 25-page PDF as a small class, an online self-paced class as well. And then if you decide that you like it, I hope I will see you on Sunday at the in-person class. Remember also, if you go to yourcosmicconnections.com and you click on me, Bertina, any of my classes there are recorded or Zoomed at the event, and then you also get recordings afterwards. So just remember to kind of, if you say, oh, I can't make it, well, you can always Zoom it. And if you can't Zoom it, then you could always have a recording. So I try to make it available to people because not all the times are good with people. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about what a spiritual toolbox is. So I grew up with a dad who was a mechanic. He owned trucking companies. He did all kinds of things like that. So whenever I think about toolboxes, I think about those. Those are different, toolboxes. There are things that he carried to the coal mines. It was things that he carried to the mechanical, to the car repair place and everything else. But the thing is, though, it was a toolbox that he had with him all the time. And so thinking about a spiritual toolbox, it's kind of the same thing. It's a metaphorical concept that refers to a collection of practices, techniques, beliefs, resources, and tools that you use to support and enhance your spiritual journey, your growth, and well-being. Now, just as a physical toolbox holds tools for different tasks, the spiritual toolbox contains various methods and approaches that help someone connect with their inner self, explore their beliefs, and cultivate a sense of meaning and purpose in life. Now, in this podcast, we are going to talk about some of the actual practices and actual tools. But what I first want to go over is some of the benefits of a spiritual toolbox. Self-discovery. If you have something with you at all times, whether it's at the house or maybe a little travel kit or anything else like that, it will just allow you to continue discovering your beliefs, your values, your inner thoughts. What is it that you like? It's also a good way to kind of de-stress yourself. I know at work, I have a couple of things that I pull out whenever I'm getting really stressed. I take just a moment. I start doing my pranayama, my breathing. I have some meditation practices and recordings that I have on my computer. And then just, being able to be mindful and reduce the stress. So that helps a lot. Of course, when that happens, you begin to, just notice your inner peace, your mind and body is connected. And then, even though it is sometimes at work, you may hear your spirit guides, it may connect to some of your higher power and things like that. So, but it gives you strength and it gives you resilience and information to go on. I find also having a spiritual toolbox, and you can have a box, an actual box with items in it, or just have things around you. I absolutely love this new key that I have. Holding it, thinking about it while I'm meditating, using my mala beads when I meditate. Maybe I have a pendulum as a necklace. Any of those things kind of help me focus. Like this to me represents wisdom. So if I'm trying to read and I'm getting distracted, holding on to this helps me pull myself back into the reading. Pendulums, if I am trying to find a yes or no question, pendulums are great for that. And then you can also have small things like this with you. Odin's wife, very powerful feminine connection. It can be something like the red egg that represents Mary Magdalene. It could be a crystal ball. I have many, many different crystal balls. I have pink and purple and red and black and blue and green. I got a new green one yesterday. I was so happy. And holding the crystal ball, meditating with it, feeling the coolness for one, meditating with it, gazing. I do scrying. That's part of my professional readings that I do at Cosmic. I scry. So I look for answers in my crystal ball. What is it that I need to do? And I do have clear ones as well, but sometimes the color ones are just as pretty. So journaling sometimes, especially if I am at my day job and I work at a university, and then I start getting ideas about my book, I have to keep a journal with me. And I do electronic journals like that. I go to Google Sheets, Google Docs. No, it's Google Sheets. And I just put down more information, open up the doc and continue the information because I can't always keep a paper journal with me all the time. And electronics ones work pretty cool. So looking at all the benefits, the helping with inspiration and creativity, when I'm at lunch, I try to be mindful. Now, I am not going to lie, I do work through lunch sometimes. Sometimes it's working on this, and sometimes it's working on the other job. But trying to be mindful while I'm eating is one that really helps. Getting up and walking, those are positive life choices, and those go into your toolbox because if you aren't feeding your body as much as you are spiritually, then you're not continuing to build yourself. Walking, doing yoga, doing meditation, doing exercises are wonderful, and that's part of your spiritual toolbox. So you may decide to have an actual planner, and I have those everywhere. I love my planners. And I have to-do list, and make that your spiritual toolbox, and have maybe a pendulum as a necklace, or maybe have a crystal that's in your pocket or in your bra, as many of us have. Maybe just having a small talisman to help you focus, but then having down in that planner, okay, 4 times a day at work, I'm going to get up and do mindful walking meditations. That's kind of hard sometimes working at a university, but if I can go to a quiet place and do that, it's great. But sometimes I find just hearing the joy and the laughter of the college kids actually makes me happy too. I mean, it doesn't have to be totally quiet. So the spiritual toolbox can be just about anything. You want to start with self-reflection whenever you start building it. What is it that are your beliefs? Do you have something that represents your belief? I have a cross necklace. I also have Star of David's. I have talismans and sigils that I wear of angels. So start with that. And having just a necklace on helps kind of bring you a connection to there. Creating awareness of what you're doing is a big thing. Are you taking time out for your spiritual journey all the time? Experiment with something that you haven't tried. Different practices. I'm not good at runes, but yesterday a friend was talking and she bought a book on runes, and I got them out and started looking at them, and I'm like, I can't read runes. They're too masculine energy for me. But what I can do is look at each of the lines, look at how beautiful it is, appreciate the culture from which it comes, and maybe read an article on that. It also helps me set intentions and goals. Having a full-time job plus doing this full-time sometimes gets me a little off. I know that I have to balance my relationship, balance my family, balance my spiritual aspect, my inner peace. And so I have to set intentions and goals. How many hours a day am I going to do what? And I literally, it's not even hours, it's minutes of the day. If I get off 5 minutes, it can it doesn't throw me, but I'm just like, okay, I'm being mindful. I need to add 5 more minutes to this and really make sure I spend time with other people. Personalizing your toolbox. If you want to take a box and decorate it or put sigils or put your name on it, that's wonderful. Just, it's not about having rigid practices, but about creating a collection of tools. I'm sorry, my cat is distracting me. He's being too cute over there and just kind of meowing at me. Sorry. And then, kind of have resources in the workbook that I'm going to give you. There's a couple of resources and websites, but I really, really encourage you to think about books that you like, classes that you want to do. If you go to bertina.org, I have my podcast there. I have my books. I have my articles, my blogs, my workshops listed, everything there, even my memberships. But explore from various sources. Come see me and then come see other people. But the key is no matter what you do, you really want to be consistent. You don't want it just to be one time. You want it to be something that you can dedicate to and something you don't dread doing, something you look forward to. And that really does make a difference. So let's look at a few things that are in a spiritual toolbox. It could be a meditation or mindfulness techniques. It could just be a mantra that you have. It could be a recording on your phone of your favorite meditation. And these don't all have to be in the same spot. They're just around you. They're just here. Think about, going back to the story about my dad, he had tools spread out everywhere. Now, when he finished, they all came back together neat in a place and in the exact place that he wanted it, but he had things spread out. So you may have a meditation on your cell phone. You may have a meditation written out. You may have a journal that's electronic. You may have a journal that is paper. There may be affirmations or prayers that you carry with you because it keeps them closer to you, or they may be on your phone because they've been passed down for a while. You may have a ritual or a ceremony that you do, like full moon, drinking moon water at work, looking at the wheel of the year, looking at the full and new moon, doing things to prepare for that. Of course, journaling, yoga, art, drawing, dancing, music. And we tend to forget about this because we think, oh, well, you have to be a good artist to be a painter. No, just take some color and spread color. And how does that color make you feel? Feel again for the other color, paint some. Music, listen to music. If you want to write, you don't have to, you're not necessarily writing to publish. I mean, you may be, and that's great. But even if you are writing to publish, write down your ideas or record your ideas and get that out and express your creativity. Dancing is a wonderful way to connect with deep emotions and insight, sound healing, any of that. And one of the most simplest things is going out in nature. I have flowers, I have roses here. I can't go out in nature because of my disease, but I will have flowers represented here. I will have different herbs and things around me, but it is something that makes me feel connected to Gaia. And then also, interacting with each other. I have a Facebook group. It's just under Bertina. Just come and start interacting with each other. Do things for service too. That's in your little box. We call it Save It in yoga, but help others. So when you're at work or you're out and you see someone struggling, ask them if they want to meditate, if they want to walk with you, if they want to talk to you. Maybe even doing like a gratitude practice with groups of people. But the thing is, though, is to have a variety of tools and practices at your disposal that allows you to address different aspects of what's going on, navigate challenges, looking, dealing with hard things, looking at personal growth. And you can have things such as crystals and candles, if, wherever you're at allows it. Incense or smudging and jewelry and little spiritual figures like I have. You can have your tarot and oracle cards, art supplies, any of that. Those are all wonderful to have. And you can even, with your spiritual journey, I tend to you'll notice I wear dresses a lot. I love free flowing dresses. Now, I do have meditation scarves. I have robes, ritual robes. I have sacred clothing. But what I like doing in my everyday life to allow me to think about my spirituality is to wear free flowing dresses, just because I'm an air person, and the air energy going through the dresses are just wonderful. So that's an aspect. But it's important to kind of note that, there's physical items in your toolbox, but what I feel like the true essence of a spiritual toolbox lies in the practices. How much do you practice? And do you practice? And what does it bring to you? What is your techniques and beliefs? And then how does it help connect you? Because the whole purpose of having this is having a few items around for you to take a break, for you to let go of worry, let go of fear, for you to go inward, for you to listen to messages, for you to find a direction. And even if you do this one time a day, two times a day, 20 times a day, it's whatever is needed for you. There's days that I can tell if I don't do these, then yeah, I'm not doing very well. I'm not focused. I'm getting stressed. I'm kind of all over the place. But whenever I do turn in and do self Reiki for a few moments, or call on the angels to talk to me, or call on my spirit guides to help guide me when I'm stressing, those things do help a lot. So having just a small toolbox, it can be a little bag, a little purse, or a little backpack if you're a student, and just have a couple of things there and just add to it and take it away as you don't need it anymore. But that's kind of, what we're going to be talking about in the in-person class. And again, you can go to yourcosmicconnections.com, click on Bertina, and see my classes there. And they will be Zoomed and videotaped. But I'm also going to be posting this along with the PDF and a few other things on my Google Classroom and on my website. So if you want to purchase it, there's a workbook that has all the material, the notes that I just spoke about is there, and a couple of handouts and worksheets that go along, and it's really great. So if you have just a few moments and you want to really start building on your spiritual toolbox, these are some tools that I can provide you: an in-person class, a video, or a self-paced online class. So don't forget to visit me at bertina.org. I have information on lots of different things there. Don't worry, don't be fearful about emailing me at bertina@bertina.org. And to spell that is Bertena. Again, Bertena. I love replying to emails. I love talking to people about this. So don't feel like you can't reach out to me. If you have any questions at all when you look through my website, when you look at my podcasts and things like that, just let me know. I'm here to kind of help and to do anything else that you need. And in closing, I wish each of you a wonderful, empowered week. We are on Labor Day today, vacation day, and 4-day weeks are a little intense sometimes because we try to put all the stuff we're supposed to do in 5 days in a 4-day week. But let's not do that. Let's take the vacation today, do what we need to do, take our time to build our spirituality 24 hours a day in our dreams, in our wake time. And I wish you only the most wonderful and peaceful week that you have. I hope to see you all soon. Have a blessed day. Mm-mm.